Good morning. I'm Laura. I'm with St. Louis Children's Hospital.
Hi, I'm Kendra, and I'm also with St. Louis Children's Hospital.
Thank you so much for joining us. We are actually on the 8th floor rooftop garden at Children's. So there's no wind machine. This is just natural hair movement that you're seeing. We wanted to introduce ourselves to you guys. We are going to start a series called MomTalks. It's going to be a Facebook Live series happening every Friday at 11 a.m. starting today, right now. We just wanted to introduce ourselves.
Yeah, we're really excited about this project, and basically what it comes from is we're both moms and we get it. Parenting is scary. I have a 1-year-old and I am always second guessing myself. I'm always thinking, am I reacting the right way? Am I utilizing my resources the right way? Doesn't it always just feel like you're kind of just piecing things along and trying to just
It's a
make it
terrifying
work?
guessing game when you've got tiny humans and you're trying to do what's best for them, what's best for you as a mom or a dad or an uncle or a guardian or a babysitter. Don't let MomTalks fool you. I think this is for anyone who cares about a tiny person. We're going to be talking everything A to Z when it comes to caring for babies, toddlers, school-age kids, teenagers, kids going off to college. I mean, I still call my mom and ask her questions, and I'd like to think she hasn't had to parent me for a little while, but snotty nose, crusty eyes, I mean, everything gross, really, when you think about it, can be cause for concern when you're a mom and you just don't have that reassurance. So that's why we wanted to start this series, just to help piece some of those things together for everyone. And I think one thing that's really great is we want to hear from you guys. We want to hear what topics concern you as moms, dads, uncles, aunts, whatever. Is it that baby's not sleeping? It does cry it out, emotionally scar a baby for life? I'd like to think not, because that's what I did.
And I waited it out a long time.
There you go. So I think everyone has their different parenting styles, and we're just here to educate and support and have some fun, show off our beautiful hospital as a resource to people. So I have 3 kiddos. My oldest son is 6. His name is Connor, and he started kindergarten this year, which was, I'm
cried a little.
fine now. I've coped and I've accepted it. But he's doing awesome and loves it. And then I have twin, almost 3-year-old boys as well. So I have tiny little dudes taking over my house all the time. And being a mom of multiples is hard too. So hopefully we'll get to talk about that a little bit as well.
And I welcomed my beautiful little girl, Harper Joy, who, if you ever meet me, I can't stop talking about her. She's the light of my life. She just turned 1, and yeah, I'm okay. And I am the quintessential working mom. My daughter is in daycare. She's crawling up a storm. She says, Mama and Dada really, really good. And any moment now, she's going to start walking, and I can't wait.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I'm not sure what I'm going to do.
Isn't that a funny mom thing? You just wait and wait and wait for your kids to hit these milestones. Like, oh, I cannot wait until you're off the bottle and you have cups. And then you're like, oh my goodness, cups are everywhere and everything is spilling. And then you're like, I can't wait for you to talk. And now my children will not stop
I'm
talking.
a little nervous about what mine will say. when
What
she
they
can
will
start
say. I can't even imagine the stories that our kindergarten teacher hear about our home life. I'm sure calls will be made sometime this year. But isn't that funny that you push and you want all these milestones and then they happen, like walking, and you're like, oh, our house is a death trap. What were we thinking?
Sure.
So that's kind of the topics that we're going to hear about. So we really, really want to hear from you guys. We want to know what you guys are nervous about, what plagues your homes and that you're thinking about. We took a stab at making our own baby food. It worked out for the oldest kid. It did not work out for the twins. It was just way too much happening. But we took a stab at it and we tried it. I have never done cloth diapers, but I'm more than happy to have that be a topic and we can find out the pros and the cons, and does it really help make your life a little easier? Because isn't that really what it's about?
Our point is to be really approachable, and we want you to see us as a partner, because we're right in there with you. I mean, this past year, I've worried about things I never thought I would worry about. Like, I can't tell you how many times I looked at my husband and I went, Harper isn't feeding herself. What's wrong? Why won't she feed herself? And he goes, Kendra, when she's 16, we're not going to be having this conversation. She will learn to do it. And She did, of course. Or, you know, why won't she take a sippy cup? Or, okay, now she's got this really weird snot thing going on. Does she have allergies? What's it coming from? Oh my goodness, is she allergic to our dogs? Or is she allergic to the outdoors? It's a conversation. I was telling Laura actually this story this week where, this is a good one. So, bad mom left the room and I come back and there is that ointment cream all over my floor. Here's my daughter playing with it. Here's my dog next to it, and it's all ripped open. So I can only kind of piece together what I think happened here. So of course, we're first-time parents. My husband and I kind of go through the panic. Do we need to call a doctor? Do we need to go to the doctor? Did she eat some? Did the dog eat some? Do we need to call poison control? So
as delicious as it sounds.
And you know, we're looking at our hands. Did you eat any? Did you put it on your put it all over your body? And so we ended up calling poison control. Dog and baby are both fine, but in the moment, you know, we're laughing about it right now, but in the moment it was kind of scary.
Absolutely.
So, you know, we all have those kinds of stories, and the great thing about Mom Talks is that we're going to bring in all of these professional resources that we have to offer here at St. Louis Children's Hospital, and also in our clinics and our after-hour care. You know, it's not just doctors.
It's not just doctors.
We've got a fantastic nursing staff. We have car seat technicians. We have nurse practitioners. We have all these resources out there. We also have resources as far as buildings. It's not always the ER. They have the after-hours clinic, the specialty care clinic. So we want to kind of bring these resources to you so you kind of have a better idea about what you can do when these crazy
all the when,
things
where,
happen.
how do you get there? Absolutely. So again, Mom Talks is going to air every Friday at 11 a.m. Our first one actually takes place on October 12th. I will be the host of that, and we will be down in our emergency department talking to some of the physicians down there, talking to the nurses down there. Basically, what happens the first time you feel you have to go to the emergency department? Who are you going to meet? Where do you park? Because you're going to be in a really uncomfortable, very scary place, and we want to help prepare you for that as much as possible. So again, we'll be down in our emergency department on October 12th at 11 a.m. We're going to do a first time for everything as our theme throughout October. So emergency department. Then we're going to head over to our specialty care center and do the first time your child has to have minor surgery. I had something similar. Two of my 3 boys have had ear tubes put in because of chronic ear infections. So what does that look like? Where do you go? How do you check in? And I think we have a question.
We have 2 questions.
Oh, great.
First question is, how can people suggest topics or ask ideas?
That's a great question. Commenting on here would be wonderful. You can also message us through Facebook at the St. Louis Children's Hospital Facebook page. Kendra and I are actually the ones fielding those. So it's a great way to submit topics, questions, any areas you'd like to
again, we're here to be a resource. So if you've left and you don't feel like your question's answered, please let us know. We'd love to address it for you.
Next question is, how can people watch episodes if they miss it live?
Oh, that's a great question.
Easy.
So we're going to be live, like we said, every Friday at 11. Then we're going to publish these, so they'll be on the feed for St. Louis Children's Hospital. But then we're going to also publish them on our YouTube page, as well as our Children's MD website, which is actually where you can find other resources on topical information from our Mom Docs.
Absolutely. The Mom Docs are another great resource, and all of the videos will live there. So what a great opportunity for you to go back, re-listen to something, rewind, pause, fast forward. Make sure you've got the names correct, everything like that. So it's always there. It's always going to live there for you.
Perfect. Another question, this is actually a topic suggestion, is can we discuss difficulties of children transitioning to school? Some are experiencing behavioral issues.
Absolutely. The bedtime routine, getting a new teacher. Maybe you don't see eye to eye with your teacher. How do you come to that common ground? Especially after you had such a wonderful experience, and then the transition's hard for your child. It's hard for you too. Getting homework for the first time. I don't know how we're going to handle that. Absolutely, I love it. We should do a whole back to school.
I love that.
I mean, I feel like we could fill several hours with that. So I think we could break that up into a whole topic and have several episodes on it.
Or even relationship with your peers. You know, I think about that as the mother of a daughter. You know, just relationships with your peers, being kind, bullying, you know, any of that. And, you know, some stages are just difficult. High school, junior high, kindergarten.
Love it.
You know, all kinds of. That's a great idea.
So please
bring it.
keep them coming, because we're going to be here whether you send us stuff or not. We'll just talk about what we want to and find out what we want. But
Right.
that's really for you guys, and really to be informative and to meet you where you're at in your parenting stages, I guess. What else?
Yeah. Well,
Are we missing anything?
I think one thing that's really cool is that we're going to be talking about the ages that our kids are at. So, Laura,
Yeah.
you're going to see school age, younger kids. You're going to see me
Sports.
on babies and infants, because that's where I'm at. I'm baby-proofing my house right now.
Yep.
Another topic suggestion already is potty training regression.
Oh.
Preach. So the twins are 2.5. They're going to be 3 in January. Dylan has fully embraced this because he is incentive based. I bribe, and I'm okay with it. So M&Ms for everywhere. Alex is kind of like, not so into it. Does not care that he's not getting M&Ms. Does not care that Dylan is getting M&Ms. I'm sure that we could talk to a child psychologist about how much I'm probably traumatizing my children. They'll pay for therapy when they get older, I guess.
Oh, my
But
wow.
absolutely, potty training is so difficult, and all I keep hearing is, it's okay, they're not going to go to college in diapers. I'm like, I don't want to wait that long. Love it. Let's do it.
I'll be listening. I'll be in there in a year or
Yeah,
so.
accidents happen, but like, how many accidents is
Yeah.
too much? Or like making it through nighttime.
Or how do you even get started with that conversation?
Right.
That's what I've been thinking about.
Yeah. Is cold turkey?
Yeah.
Is it? I've heard some people say, oh my gosh, do pull-ups, or the nighttime undies, or just straight up cold turkey. Oh, all the diapers broke. This is what we do now. I mean, there's so many options. So I love it.
I love that.
I love it.
It's a great idea. Keep them coming, everybody.
Yeah, seriously, like-
and, yeah, even if the live video has stopped and you've got more, keep adding them in the
Yeah.
comments, and we will.
We'll see
we'll
'em.
address them.
We'll see them. We're fun, and we like to hang out and hear from you guys.
Yeah.
How about controversial questions like flu shots or other vaccines?
Flu
Ah.
season's coming. We were
Flu
just talking
season
about
is upon
that.
us. So our first series is going to be about there's a first time for everything. So the first time your child has a food allergic reaction, the first time you have to go to the emergency department, which will be on October 12th.
There you go.
Then next we're going to do one, Baby It's Cold Outside. Is
Baby,
that
it's
next?
cold outside.
And I think
yes.
we're going to touch on flu there too,
Yeah.
and the importance of getting flu shots. And we'll have one of our amazing infectious disease doctors, because there's so many resources here at Children. So we're going to have one of our awesome infectious disease doctors come and talk about flu shots, who should get them, how you can get them, susceptible populations, and why they're really important. So absolutely, those are topics that we want to touch on because they're important, and again, they're affecting everyone's day-to-day life.
And in that Baby It's Cold Outside, we're also going to be talking about those other common winter bugs, maybe that don't get as much attention as the flu. I mean, we've got croup, we've got RSV for little ones, and they all kind of come about and they all share. So we'll be talking about preventing those and how to keep your kiddo safe this winter.
Yeah. So we'll always have experts here with us. This is just our introduction, so that's where our opinions come in, or our experience. But by all means, we're always going to have a certified professional here from Children's who's going to give you the most insightful information possible.
Screen time. That's another question.
Oh gosh.
Yep,
Screen
9-year-old
time.
and
Oh,
5-year-old.
guilty. Oh my gosh, my
Uh-huh.
guilt, my mom guilt is everywhere.
Oh, do you want to hear something really funny?
Yes.
Oh, my daughter Harper, her favorite thing is the cell phone, and the other day she picked it up and started acting like she was scrolling, and I was like, you don't even know how to work a phone, and it makes me feel so bad because I'm like,
You see,
obviously
like,
you've
yes.
seen me and your dad doing that. I don't necessarily
It's almost
want
parent
that.
screen time influences kids'
Yeah,
screen time.
yeah.
Absolutely. I think that's a great one too, because you hear about overstimulation, how much is too much. But then you also hear about kids who can almost code at this age, and they figure these things out, and
It's
STEM and
brilliant.
all the importance of understanding technology and being comfortable with it. So what is that balance? How do you strike a happy medium without
And
being
those,
that
those
person?
topics have been in the news a lot. And what about, I've heard this a lot, where my mom friends are just like, I need a break.
Yeah.
Here's Daniel Tiger.
Yeah.
Here's
Yeah.
Paw Patrol. Just watch, please.
Oh
and
my
just give
goodness,
me a half
yes.
hour
Give
to
me 30 minutes
decompress.
to get dinner done.
Right.
You don't feel guilty about they've been busy and playing all day, but at the same time you're like, I need 10 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, that actually was a topic that was just suggested, is actually talking about balance for moms
Oh my
regarding
gosh.
anxiety.
Oh my gosh.
Totally.
Preach to the choir right here. I'm a girl that needs to go take my run at lunch to just keep my sanity. I've got a great husband who is very big about mommies need time off, mommies need to go out with friends, they need to exercise, they need to take care of themselves. Absolutely. I was actually just talking about that today, how I'd love to address moms, we got to take care of ourselves. And we can only be the best for our kids when we're being the best versions of ourselves. So absolutely great
Is that
idea.
what they call the 4th trimester? Is
Absolutely.
that what that is?
And Dr. Crispin Robbins, who's one of our OBGYNs here, she would be happy, I'm sure, to discuss
she's so cool.
4th trimester care, watching out for yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, especially right after having a baby. It doesn't just stop after you leave the hospital, as we all know. That's when the fun begins. So absolutely.
Well, and then it gets overwhelming too. Once you're physically, even if you are feeling physically there and able to care for your kids and you're ready and willing, it can get overwhelming. Kids' schedules, your schedules, doctor's appointments, those obligations that you feel, the anxiety that you feel about making sure kids are okay. Hopefully these topics in this series will help reassure you in some of these areas when we have these experts on who can give that advice and make everyone feel more confident in their parenting, because I would say 9 times out of 10, you're probably doing the right thing. It's just nice to hear you're doing the right thing.
We've all had those moments where phones ringing, dogs barking, kids crying. What do we do?
Yeah.
I am so in over my head.
Yeah.
So I think that, just kind of a reminder, that we got this. We're doing the best we can. We're going to do what's best for our kids.
Parenting is hard.
Yeah, we
They do not tell you that.
Hard.
Parenting is really hard, and I think this is supposed to be a resource for you guys and for us. I fully anticipate to learn a lot.
I always say that I'm kind of being selfish here, because a lot of the topics that I've asked that we look into and we use as series are things that I have been wondering and things that I feel like I need some help on. And so honestly, a lot of times when you're going to be doing sessions, I'm going to be watching and just taking notes and maybe asking questions, because again, it's just a resource. We're right here. It's very easy to get your questions in. We're not an appointment.
We were thinking about spring sports. My oldest is playing baseball and soccer right now, and he's gonna get hurt. He's a hot mess. I'm just waiting for it. So talking about concussions, ACLs, overuse injuries, I mean, these are all things that we're curious about. And if there's anything specific to sports, let us know, because that's one we've been tossing around as a good one too. So we'd love to hear it. Any other questions? Any other things we need to know?
Let's call for questions.
Doing good?
Okay, good. Well, just a reminder, October 12th at 11 o'clock, and then we're going to be doing every Friday from then on. We're looking forward to it, and we're looking forward to having you join us every week on Facebook Live.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.